So next topic: recruitment and professionalism. Now I feel like this topic is one thing I had in there was like how to increase. I wanted us to like brainstorm ideas, how to increase recruitment, and not so much like retention right now. Just how to like keep it like keep us get our name out there and keep getting more recruits in. Now, now I wrote this before like we had like a lot of recruits pop up and go through the training, so I think we're actually doing okay in terms of like getting the recruits in. I feel like we could be doing better. We do have a high turnover rate, just like any army unit. Like 2 weeks, like we lose a lot of people, but that's just like any other unit. But I think we
Dude,
should.
that's like a grocery store.
Yeah. So I think we should probably brainstorm some ways how to keep it up. I know we already we're trying to get that YouTube channel pushed out, but with that we're kind of coming to like a wall. We don't have a lot of editors, and we still need more footage. So because we haven't been running a lot of ops, so we haven't really been recording a lot of stuff.
Honestly,
So
with that, the only thing like one of the bigger things that we need to actually keep the retention up is start training more Zeuses. I was hoping to have the Zeus SOP finished by tomorrow, but I'm not sure if it's going to be completely finished by tomorrow.
I feel that. I actually have Zeus and stuff like that at the very end. But so like let's hold on to that one real quick. Hold on to that idea.
Cool.
And then whatchamacallit. But before that though, we continue on to that. Any ideas for recruitment? Or trying to get more people in here. Get our name out there.
Well, we've got the YouTube channel in its infancy. All we need to do is just start getting out more ops, get those videos out.
YouTube channel will help a lot. That's what made me found 212 was through Shermanator.
Shermanator should be back with us soon, doing stuff.
I would say post a lot on the Arma 3 Discord. However, the mod is banned there because it's using a lot of stolen assets. So we can't go there. I'm not entirely sure about.
Wait, which mod's banned?
Swap.
I think ours is fine. The swap mod's completely banned though.
Oh, okay.
I thought we fully moved away from all the swap assets.
No, our uniforms are still swap. The droids are still swap. Anything
Speaking
that
of
isn't in the
that,
public is still swap.
We're still swap.
Later, after the staff meeting, I'll do like a little mini mod dev meeting for whoever's here.
So pretty much I think we're all in agreement with that. We need just to get our videos out, YouTube presence. But I guess that's all we really can do right now. But I'm not gonna waste any more time on the topic if no one has like really ideas for that or anything like that. But
yeah, I think just the YouTube thing is our big primary source of where we're gonna get new recruits from.
Okay.
We can
I already have Reddit. I'm doing Steam posts currently right now.
The Steam discussion, you do it there too? Okay, yeah, that's what I was gonna suggest.
Yeah. I got posts running out for that. I do need help with that if y'all want to keep like copying and pasting the same post. Like, we do have a Reddit account. I did make that for us about like a month or so.
The one thing to be careful about on Reddit is if we do make posts there, stress severely that we are a milsim group. Because they kind of fucking hate Star Wars people over there.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, they definitely do. So
because Star Wars is a meme.
Yeah.
Well,
so I would definitely, I would honestly, I would say like we're a sci-fi milsim unit or something. I don't know.
Well, I mean,
I can send y'all the post I write out for us if y'all want to look at that real fast. I feel like it's it highlights our best thing.
Yeah, pop it in.
Now, while I get this post though, I think one thing we should probably like discuss that a recommendation I think we should throw in is probably like kind of like with the CRs and stuff like that, when they come in or when they see our Discord, like they should be able to just like, how do you say, see us as like take us seriously. See us as like a group of like we want organized gameplay, we want to be tactful, and we want to like keep it like professional. You know what I mean? So I feel like one thing we should do is probably block the meme containment channel from their view. I know there's some people say like, oh, it's not blocked, it is blocked, but I feel like my reasoning with that is, if you go to any other like Star Wars Discord or anything like that, you can click on their meme containment, which is usually NS not safe for work and stuff like that, and they got some really fucked up shit in there. Like
you don't even have to continue. I completely agree with that. I think that the meme containment should be. Honestly, I feel like even having just meme containment open to CTs and above might work, because we have had problems in the past with CRs, like coming in and just like posting some really fucking stupid shit, and then
we're actually one of the more tame units in terms of the meme and stuff like that.
Yeah, we are. But the thing is also, it probably doesn't put off the right image to some people who are like see us like Gark official and everything, be respected and stuff like that. So I think we should just probably hide that to like make it unit specific for CTs and stuff. Yep, and plus we want the CRs to see anyway, like they need to be paying attention to the announcements. They need to be paying attention to that stuff.
Exactly.
So they can get in, do their training, and then push them through. You know what I mean? Through the pipeline. So I think that's just something we should do. Also, try to be more, I guess, professional around CRs, trying to mold them into, I guess, more mature players, if possible, if any possible.
Yeah,
give them that
I like
image. Yeah. Other than that, though, recruitment and professionalism. Anybody want to add to that? We're probably gonna move on to the next topic.
I feel a lot of people look forward to ranking up, but I feel that at our core, all of our members should be CTs at heart. I personally feel like I am a CT at heart, and I feel all of our CTs should be square away professional individuals from the start.
Yeah, I agree with that. Well, they should be at least mature in game, professional in game. Yeah.
I kind of want to make a general layout of what's expected of each rank, but like CR, nothing's expected of them. They're still getting to know them. CT is you're mature enough to be in a milsim unit. That's literally the only requirement to be a CT. I mean, and you get your basic training. And that's not to talk down to any CTs, but like that's the bare minimum for that rank. Once you get to senior trooper, it means you've been around for a little while, and we can trust you a little bit, and we know that we don't have to babysit you. That's basically SCT, is we don't have to babysit you. You could be there and be like, hey, you're not supposed to be carrying that. That's like what an SCT does. Then you got LCP. Those are people that we trust, that set the example for other people. So they're the people that people should look up to. And then we have SPC, which is they've been around for a while. They've been Lance Corporal for a while. And they have tangibly done things to improve the unit. That's what an SPC does. So like if you worked on the mod to like improve it, or like you help develop the medical stuff, or you've just showed up to every mission, like that's what I want SPC to be. It's basically like getting a NAM, which is basically you did something to help the Navy. That's what a Navy achievement is. Like it's not like, oh, you're hot shit or whatever. It's no, you helped us, and that's why we're giving you an award. That's kind of what I like SPC to be. And then CTS, I can't remember if it's still on there or not.
It is. I think we were talking about dissolving it, though.
Yeah, I'm thinking about making CTS just one rank above SPC in the combat specialists, and then have CWOs be our support. Like they'll just kind of be like a an absolute expert in a discipline, and there will be like one of each. Like Jetski is the medic guy. If we ever have someone that gets really into the tanks and shit like that and knows their shit with it, then they'll probably be a CWO as well. Like I really don't see having more than a couple. It's kind of a niche rank, but it's like I'm not gonna make Jetski a sergeant, like because he's not necessarily
lead a squad. Yeah,
he's not
he
here.
doesn't lead squads. He doesn't like leading squads, but like. I'm also, and like anything lower than that, Jetski's been around since like the start of the fucking unit, so that's not appropriate either. So that's
or second day.
That's why I have CW. That's why I think CWO, even though it's only going to be like 2 or 3 people that have the rank, I think it's needed. But that's what I want to see with the ranks going forward. Is I still want me in charge of promoting NCOs, and you can obviously suggest people to promote to NCOs to me. And I want Cutrex to be in charge of non-NCOs, because I feel like it's pretty much 50-50 with the amount of watching, I guess. You need to do like people.
I do like having like multiple people weigh in on promoting people, so I definitely like that better.
Yeah, you've probably heard me go around. I basically go ask all the other guys and do a bunch of research on who I'm promoting.
Okay. So, moving on, next topic is, if no one has anything to add, is staff organization. Now, it's gonna sound harsh, guys, but I feel like we do have poor communication and organization when it comes to like departments and things like that. Like communicating between the different departments and making sure that we know what everyone's doing and we're pushing towards like a common goal. I feel like we could do a little bit better on that. I mean, does anyone have to add to that? Anyone want to say anything before?
We can always do better on that. I feel like not having these meetings once a week is leaving things like to dry, I guess. Like things that we want to do, we don't have an actual. I think the major portion of the meetings is the fact that we have documentation on what needs to be done.
Not just people talking.
Exactly. So I feel like I think that we really need to have one of these once a week, no matter what, every single time. And even if me and Cutrex aren't there, we still have a meeting. You guys can still discuss what's going on. And while you might not be able to make any calls, you can at least say, okay. And I want the staff meetings. I want them to start in the future. I want them to start with what did we talk about last week and what did we do to fix it. And then we can go into new problems.
Yeah, I definitely want these meetings to start becoming a regular thing. That and like full unit meetings.
That's actually, if you look on the outline, that's actually what kind of one of the things I wanted to push and like recommend here at this meeting. Now if y'all want to do weekly staff meetings, that's perfect. I think that's better. But I think department meetings, we should actually have more of those. But I think we should also open those up to the public, but not like to the sense as they throw in maybe their ideas, but maybe they can like sit and audit our meetings and see what we're actually discussing, and people can see if they want to actually be involved with like admin department, training department, or something like that in the near future. But I mean,
that's an easy thing to implement. You just revoke talk powers for that meeting for those who are like not supposed to be talking. Like it's allowed to sit in, but just to avoid people like jumping in when they shouldn't be jumping in.
And then if they really have something to say, they can do like a PTS or something.
Yeah, and then they'll be granted talk power.
I feel like this goes and it makes like some more like transparent and actually sees that we're actually like pushing towards something and we're like unified on a front like that. Now, I think also one thing I wanted to try to push is that we should probably have a unit meeting like every first of the month. Or not first of the month, like first week of the month. Like we don't need to have those like every week or bi-weekly even, just like first of the month to show our progress and what we're going to our ideas moving forward, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just to be a little bit more transparent of what's going on.
Yeah, my idea was like a state of the unit meeting. More than like that.
Circling back, we could do shoutouts to the contributors.
Yeah, we could do it then too. Also, we just gotta keep promoting our donors, make them feel like they're special for giving it, which they are. They're helping the unit tremendously. So we should probably just honor them a little bit more. Now going on with this. Also, like what I'm doing right now, I'm taking notes for this meeting. I think we should keep notes. It keeps people on task. It makes people show what we actually like talked about, and that what the goals we actually set at each meeting. So, like you said, you want at the beginning of the meeting, like, what do we do to accomplish that? This happens by taking notes in minutes, so they're not just like thrown to the wind or ideas are lost. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's a great idea.
Definitely.
Anybody have anything to add with that?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, that sounds about good.
Okay. One thing that's kind of like really progressive idea. I don't know if they'll be down for it, but it's like probably cross training members. Maybe like and people like move like kind of be a part of multiple departments if possible. Not maybe like the heads, not the heads themselves, but like just people who want to like be like they want to help out and let them be flexible. You know what I'm saying?
I'm okay with
That's,
that, but the reason that I wanted to discourage that from the beginning is that I can already see it happening, and I've seen it happen in the real military, so it's gonna happen here. When you have people that are assigned to multiple places, there's gonna be instances of, hey, I need you to do this, and then the other guy's like, hey, I need you to do this. And that person is then, maybe he does the way less important thing first. That's just one example of what can happen. Or that person's being relied on for two things, two different departments, and then he falls through on both because he's just, he had to leave for 2 weeks or something. Well, no, not even that. Maybe he had to, maybe he had to go to fucking vacation or something for 3 days. And then that's two things that aren't being done instead of just one. So,
Yeah.
I'm okay with it. I mean, I want to make you guys autonomous, but, in the end, I've seen it happen in the past, and I really feel like spreading people out too thin is going to cause problems. Maybe have it be, like, if you've got a fucking stellar corporal like Grav or something. Like, if maybe you have him on admin and he's also helping out with a recruitment thing at the same time. That'd probably be acceptable. But if you have, like, CT Schmuckatelli, who, like, knows how to code and is helping with the mod, and then you have him also doing admin, and then you have him also doing, what other thing, and I mean, maybe he really wants to help out, but, I mean, there's wanting to help out, and then there's actually having enough time to do everything. Whereas you could have 3 CTs each individually do that, and then, they can all focus on it.
Yes, to add to that would be, like, maybe if they're in a specific department only, but if they have time and they want to help out, they're allowed to.
Yeah.
Like,
I would just limit people that aren't CPs and above to, like, one task. I guess that's all I would say. That seems like a pretty decent in-between, does it?
Definitely. Mm-hmm. Have the people who want to, like, code.
If they want to help, you give them
easier
one
jobs.
task. And you say, hey, fucking complete this task, and we'll be good to go.
Alright. Alright. I'm just gonna write that down real fast. Alright. On to the next topic. Or not really topic, but next point. Complete projects and assignments in a timely manner. Like, I know it's hard. We're all busy and stuff like that. But I feel like when we commit to taking up an issue or something, or like implementing something, we need to follow through. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to like, if you commit to something, you need to be held to that commitment. You know what I'm saying? You can't, if you fall through, you can't do it. Like, we're all here to help. Just ask somebody for help on it. But it's just like, I'm not calling anybody out or pointing fingers at anybody. This is just like everybody thing. It's just that we just gotta make sure we follow through on things we commit to, and make sure it doesn't just lie on the table.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So there's nothing really to discuss about that. It's just that we need to encourage each other and kind of push each other to actually accomplish the goals we set. And it starts at a leadership level with that. So everyone here, everyone staff, we gotta push people more.
Another thing outside of the departments I'd like to see being pushed a lot is CPs getting lower ranking people to show up to missions. Because that's like, I feel like it's fallen to the wayside that is like one of their absolute main responsibilities. But I think it needs to be stressed now more than ever. But like CPs, you guys should be trying to like, and telling other CPs to do it as well. But if you're a CP, you should be trying to go in Discord and fucking on Steam, if you have them as Steam friends, wherever you can go. Talk to them and be like, hey, are you showing up next week? Or hey, you want to be on my fire team next week? Like, that's what we have the CPs for, is to go. They're in charge of all the CTs and lower ranks. They need to be trying to get those people to show up to missions because the sergeants and everybody above are working on a lot of admin shit. And we don't necessarily have the reach as all our corporals do.
I understand that. Definitely can be done. I try to push more people to show up towards our ops.
Like, literally, if it's op time, even fun op time, just anyone who's in semi-AFK or on the TS who's not coming, poke them. Be like, hey, you should come.
And try and develop, groups. I'm totally cool with having the same fire teams show up every mission.
Yeah, Seven's fire team has been really growing because of that. So, any corporals or possibly even like LCPs want to start up their own fire team, get like 4 dudes, keep constantly coming, do it, because that will drive attendance skyrocketing.
Probably help out with retention also.
Oh yeah, and make people feel like welcome.
Yeah, I'd like to do that with our other pilots when we get them.
Now, last thing, where we already discussed it before, just transparency. So, like with donations and stuff like that, with our discussions like this, it doesn't need to be like cloak and dagger, like not all topics. We just need to start being transparent about the issues that are with the unit. With the donation stuff, we should probably like announce how many donations we received this month and things like that onto the Discord. And just just not really like hound them that like we need the money so bad, but just to show them where we're at. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. On the reverse of that, I know it's an amazing thing to do, and I thank Donnie every day for doing it, but I really don't want it to be announced that someone has paid for the server for like 3 months. It's just going to completely discourage anyone from donating, and it's just going to completely go out of mind for them.
Never. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I rephrased this a little bit wrong. No, we should never show them how much we have in the bank, but we should just show them how many donations we received, like for the box. And if it's large donations, we take that off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Because it'll keep people thinking that they need to donate.
Mm-hmm. So, we probably set something up for that. That'll probably be easy. Now, anything y'all want to discuss? Anything about staff organization or anything like that?
Other than the continuation of these meetings happening on a more frequent basis, not really.
Yeah, let's set up a day and a time for these meetings, like every other week?
Bi-weekly? At this time, like after, how about every Friday after the fun up? Can y'all commit to that?
Sounds good to me.
I like it.
Or like every other Friday after this one. Okay, we'll commit to that.
That's it'll be tough for me.
Oh yeah,
right. We'll try and record it and put it in staff office. That way, it's always.
And if you have a topic you want to bring up or something like that, just like ping it to us. Someone will bring it up for you in here.
Very helpful, thank you.
Now our last and final topic for my end. This is what I got, boys. Is gameplay and mission making. For like last week, or not this last week, I guess the week before last, our missions have been kind of lacking lately. Like they haven't been like very well prepared. I know on our part, like mission making, we need more people to send in maps and stuff like that. And then we have like infrequent fun ops. Like we lost our 2 people that did fun ops, even if they were bad, Jag and Harry. But we need
jump.
But we need more people who are doing missions and more people having Zeus. And the one thing I would think is probably introduce a mission making qual, teach members how to format mission files, teach members how to use editor, and probably redesign. Go ahead, Pandemic.
Just to jump in here, do we need the Zeus qual? Because I know people have tried leading, after Jag and them have left. And we have no more people leading fun ops, and then somebody tries to lead fun op, and then somebody goes and gives them shit for leading a fun op because they're not Zeus qualled. This doesn't seem to make much sense to me, right?
Okay, look,
the previous staff meeting we had, we already planned this, we've just never implemented it.
As of right now, I'm not going to stop anyone from Zeusing unless they're being a fucking cuck. Like, if you know how to Zeus, and you're not being like a dumbass and just spawning all kinds of bullshit, and basically making a mission that is ridiculous on the server and on the troops, I'm not gonna stop you. But if like that's occurring, and usually like, and this is what happened with Harry. I let him do it because he didn't have the Zeus Qual, and there wasn't really a Zeus Qual being taught. But after repeated, and I do mean repeated, people coming to me saying like, "Yo, he's spawning too much shit. He's directly killing us." Shit like that. He was supposed to be talked to for about 2 weeks before I actually spoke to him about it. Because he would come in for the fun op. I'd be like, "All right, I'll wait till he's done," and then he would just bounce. So if you're not like being an idiot in Zeus, I have no problems with it.
And to add on to that, if you're like a corporal and up, we pretty much trust you at that point. So
that's
as long as you're not like making people have a shitty time in an op, you can Zeus as much as you want.
Yeah, and if you're like, if I do get complaints, I will always try to talk to you about it. And if like, as long as you don't basically fucking
blow us off.
Yeah, blow us off and be just completely disrespectful, then you'll be fine. You'll be talked to about it, and you'll most likely just be like, "Hey, just take the Zeus Qual so this doesn't happen again." And understandably, the Zeus Qual isn't going on right now, but it will be done. I wanted it to be done by tomorrow, but it's probably like I'm like maybe halfway through it, and I'm still trying to like work out all the kinks of exactly what should be in it. So no later than next weekend, it will be done.
Now it's just like an introducing, like how to.
No, it's going to be more of like a full-on in-depth, like, this is how you Zeus on our server.
Yeah,
I only brought it up just looking from the outside, or from the outside looking in. I just saw the messages on Discord and thought it was sort of fucking weird, but that's just from the outside looking in.
It's less to teach people how to Zeus in general, and it's more to teach people how to Zeus for us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Okay. Now, no, it doesn't show them like the basics or anything like that.
It'll go into a little bit of basics.
Okay.
But it's going to assume that you at least know how to get into it and know how to put a few things down. That you're not completely fresh to it.
Okay. Yeah, I think that would be perfect for a lot of people. Like, especially like getting more comfortable and confidence to do the thing. Now, Fox wanted to say something. I'll read it out loud if you don't want to read it. Apologies, do not feel like talking completely. However, wanted to bring up something about contests to have people create missions for the unit.
I like it. Like a little
I like it too.
Contest. Oh,
what would be the reward, though?
A promoted mission. Like, hey, this is fucking his map, and then
honestly,
this is usually what happens.
Honestly,
we'll name it after him.
One winner a month. We do 4 big main ops a month
on that map.
Would be player created. I'd say fucking promotion. If you win the mission thing, you get promoted.
Yeah.
Or we
not
could
to like
do
NCO, but like I said,
I was about to say.
SPC and LCP, like those are fucking ranks that are like, how much have you contributed?
Yeah,
and
I
feel
absolutely
like,
agree with that.
and even CTS especially. So if that does become the 5th rank for combat guys, but like, yeah, I honestly feel like promoting people based on the missions they make would be great.
Also, we could do like a little bit of a WWE belt system, where like every month we have a contest, and whoever wins gets to take like a little tag that is like, hey, you won the mission making contest for the month, and then every so on a month we re-have the contest and re-give the belt out. Or well,
I'm not gonna lie, I like Rex's thing, but giving them promotion, I feel like it's gonna kind of like, I don't know, I feel like it belittles some of our ranks.
It's a little bit too far.
If it's like really, really good, then there could definitely be a promotion in there.
I mean, yeah, it's like prime. Like the mission making thing is one of the most key things to the unit, and if you're really helping and you're making really good missions that everybody loves, like I don't see anything wrong with that promotion.
Wait, okay, but should we like announce like if you do this contest, we're gonna give you a promotion, or should we just like?
No, it's not gonna be a promised promotion. It's gonna be like you have the chance to get promoted if you do something really stellar.
I don't think we should word it like you're gonna get a promotion, though. You know what I'm saying?
No, it definitely cannot be like, hey, if you do good, we're gonna promote you for sure.
It's like
I know you said a contest. I was gonna say over the month, the people who create the missions, the ones that we use, and the best one of the 4 that we use, get promoted.
Well, what happens if only one person submits shit?
Yeah, does he
Then
automatically
the
get a
contest
promotion? Yeah.
I'm just saying it would make more sense to do like the little WWE belt thing with a claw, and then
And
say
we
like,
say
hey, if
we
you
were
do
so
a unique
impressed by
position-
it, we were gonna promote you for it.
Basically,
Yeah,
what I was
actually.
suggesting with it's basically an idea of operant conditioning. Basically, what you're doing is you're reinforcing it by basically having competition, and basically we're just going to praise them. If you don't offer anything else, it will work a lot better.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, it's possible to be promoted by it, but that's not like
You never want to mention that.
yeah,
It's not the
it's
goal.
not mentioned
But
at
that-
all. It's not
but-
the goal of the whole
Yeah.
like.
But
I
that
don't-
belt
contest.
thing would be dope, though.
Yeah,
I don't
the
want
belt thing's-
people to make missions to get promoted. I want them to make missions to make missions.
Yeah, we
Ignition-
can make like a star mission maker tag. That's the reward.
Praise is a lot really good reinforcer, by the way. Just using
that
praise.
That actually brings me up to my thing, baby. We should probably. It's not on here, but I've been trying to push this for last week. We should probably maybe design some medals or something, like for the unit, just like little tags. This is like, or maybe a
You
medal
killed
system.
5,000 droids.
You know what I mean?
There was
Yeah,
a
yeah, not even necessarily like that, but like the star mission maker thing. That could be
We need a
one.
prestige system. I'm gonna go back to CT and work my way all the way back
Fuck,
up.
I
but
would do
the
that.
whole time. I'll
My
still be a
God.
higher rank than everybody.
Can we do it?
Oh,
Yeah, please, can we do it?
I think like maybe if there's like any time where we did have like a extreme mass cas and there's like one dude or one fire team that like held the line while the medics got the rest of the people up, that's something noteworthy. And you know, stuff like that should get like
If
some
we
sort
do
of
that,
reward.
I'm going to say that we need to absolutely limit it to like one medal that you get.
Oh yeah, just a
And
just
distinct-
make it-
wish-
Make
yeah,
it
distinct-
super
Um,
special, like only for really, really awesome, crazy stuff, and make it
Yeah.
just like the level of the medal would be like Medal of Honor, and then that's the only medal we have. So like, you
That's
did
what the
something.
Wait, how long
So,
did they keep it permanently?
7 Cav used to do the same exact thing.
there was
Yeah.
an idea that I don't remember who had it. It was a long time ago. Like a system of like op ribbons. Like say we have a full-on campaign again, like the Pandora one or the fucking
Oh,
Altus
like someone
one.
who played every single
Yeah,
like campaign.
Like if you were
Oh,
there for
yeah.
every single one all the way through, you'll get like this little tour of duty ribbon. That can
Yeah.
be like a little mini tag on TS.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I like that.
But that's something we should probably like discuss in more detail at a later date, because we don't want to get caught with metal talking like at the staff. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's a thought, and I really don't remember who brought it up to me, but I
Be
thought it was
gone,
a good idea.
thought.
Now, also with that mission making stuff, we should also probably build a mission surplus, just in case we have moments where people aren't making missions and stuff like that. But just like small,
Yeah,
little simple
I've been
stuff.
trying to. I've been really
yeah.
trying to.
Off
But that
that,
goes. Oh, go ahead.
with the mission makers, we need more things we can
I
attack
want
and
the
less
mission
things we
makers to
start from.
learn to use Action Builder. It is
What's Action Builder?
an insane. So you know how you can script things individually to like.
Yeah, I was
to
trying to
show
figure
up.
that shit out, but
Yeah, you can script things individually to show up, like only when people are near them. Not even cached, like it will actually spawn them in once you're near them.
yeah, it
With Action Builder, it is like you place down modules in the editor, and it can auto garrison whole towns with people when you get in range of them. It can auto put them on it'll spawn them in and put them on a patrol, or spawn them in and say, hey, go to this area and attack anybody in that area.
Sounds
And it
like
just-
Invading Annex a little bit.
No, but yeah, right. Like,
Somewhat.
so basically, we will constantly have a template that has something to do without having to use.
no, not
Sounds like
I'm
patrol
saying
ops.
for main ops, use that to lower the lag like significantly.
No, that's just on the Zeus side, though.
Hello.
They'll have to. They
No, it would
really
be the action builder would be entirely without Zeus. Like if we
Well,
had
I'm not-
action builder, we wouldn't need a Zeus at all.
I think Zeus is useful in main
It's
ops.
useful.
just
No, we
to
would
give
still
it
have
dynamics.
Facilitate things.
We would still
but
have one.
I'm just saying you wouldn't necessarily need one.
Yeah, like that's what I was saying. Like we basically have a template where there's towns that will be hostile, kind of like you know how Walrus has his. I'm gonna pronounce
Yeah,
it
but
terrible. That
the
AJ
Aegea,
mat.
yeah,
But
the,
have it where like you said, it won't spawn anything until you're near it. Basically, you could just make up a short mission real fast, saying, "Okay, we need to liberate this town." Instead of having the zoo spend 10 minutes putting shit all in it, all he has to do is make objectives, maybe put like a VIP or something.
we already have that. That's a full-on liberation server, and Hothead had built that for us, and now after the server maintenance, it just got to get put up.
Also, off that, I really would like to see less one-time ups and more like planetary templates that we can use.
Like
Well,
story.
I think every single month we should pick one planet and then have all 4 main ops on it, and then we switch it every month.
Yeah, like
And then call it a campaign. And honestly, like I like the fact that we have what would be the word?
like we need more Octos.
I like the fact that we have contingent ops that like go together. But honestly, as far as campaigns go, it doesn't really matter. It is cool, but like we just need 4 missions. They don't. It takes way longer to make them all link together in some way and develop a big storyboard for them. But like, as long as we're sent on 4 missions, that's all I care for.
Like, really, I just need people with editor, like experience, because like it's honestly not really something that like YouTube can't teach.
Well, the thing is, though, like, I feel like majority, like, I spent my first fucking 400 hours in Arma, like, not even knowing, like, what it really mission making entailed and stuff like that in the editor.
Google it.
And so it's just like, well, that's the
Yeah,
thing.
no,
We just got to start
thing. That's how
exposing
I
people
learned
to
it.
it.
Yeah, that's
I
how
learned
I
it off
learned it.
Google.
Yeah,
Well,
I learned
no.
it all Google.
It's
If
not
you
the fact
really
they're
wanna
not
do it,
learning
Google
it. It's not that. It's just that they don't even know what mission making is. They got to be exposed to it. Like, you know what
Put
I'm
shit
saying?
down that we can
Not
run and
everyone
operate.
wants to make a mission. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
that's
The
also
Yeah,
people
true.
who actually
you're
want
right.
to make missions look to find out how to make them.
You're right, but I feel like we can like promote it here and we can introduce them to it, and we
Yeah,
can make our
it's
own
fine, but-
people.
Yeah, but then like here's the thing though, like I literally cannot teach people how to do every single aspect of it because it's a lot of information that I like. A Zeus Qual, yeah, I can do that. It's pretty simple. You just throw shit down, and I give you base ethics on how to like go about it. Actual like editor missions are far more involved, and there's like a lot of little stuff that I can forget, and it's just a. If you want to ask me little questions about how to make missions, I will answer that if I know it. But
I could sort of relate this with configging. It's almost the exact same thing. Like, I could teach you the basics, but not like the in-depth stuff. For everything, I normally just use Google. I mean,
Well, that's all.
Google, if you have a question,
That's all you
Google
have.
it.
That's all you have to do. Treat them the basic, and then they'll learn and experience. The same thing with like Zeus. They're not going to be great Zeus or at the beginning, but if you teach them the basics, then they have that. They'll learn themselves.
yeah,
You
but
gotta
quite
introduce
honestly,
it to
the
them.
basics for editing, like the simple basics, are pretty easy. Just to like you go in the editor and fuck around.
They actually have in-game tutorials.
Literally, if you're trying to make like a town or like a planet that we're trying to fight on, it's gonna be piss easy. If you're trying to make like something that's completely scripted, yeah, it's gonna be impossible. But we don't need that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we just need people. Like really, it's essentially just Lego blocks. Like we need people to put Lego blocks down.
And also, we should probably start promoting if we need those roles filled, because there hasn't been like an announcement or nothing about it.
I individually go to people all the time, like, and people will come to me like, "How do I do this?" And I'm like, "Yo, I will send you links to YouTube videos that will teach you this stuff. Just watch these videos and send me a CIS base." That's like literally what I tell people, and I have like, out of the, I'd say about 12 people that have actually come up to me and asked me about it. Maybe 3 actually do anything and send it to me.
Well, I feel
Like,
that.
Yeah,
Is
I don't know. It's just something I want to drive, but I just don't know what would be a better way to like actually drive that.
I mean, just keep.
Take a piss over
If we just keep promoting that the roles need to be filled, and then hopefully some people come along that want to fill them. Like I think that's like literally all we can do. But it's just like we gotta put it out in announcement, like general, not go to like people just one by one.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. We could definitely do an announcement like, hey, mission makers are still like looking for like slots. Like I'd attach the fucking YouTube videos to them.
Gravella, if they're too lazy to watch a video, they're too lazy to make a mission.
Yeah.
But let's not like get caught up in like circles with that and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, yeah.
But pretty much that brings like the end of all the topics I gotta discuss. Is there anything anyone wanted to bring up now in the staff meeting while we have all majority of the leadership here?
I have a couple things regarding the mod, but that can wait until after everyone's got their shit over.
Ignore was about to say something.
I kind of just wanted to bring up something minor, maybe for the future. I know none of the CXs here to critique me, unfortunately, but I'll bring it up with them at a later time. But I was wondering, since we got some guys that are, trained. Blapo gave me permission to train some of these pilots, and I have to admit, some of these guys are good. And I could see potentially we're going to have main ops or whatever ops with at least 2, maybe even 3 pilots, which is a lot. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is, yeah, we teach them the basics of flying, but we don't really teach them how to fly in like a squadron, I guess I should say, if that makes sense. Like, communicate within each other, you know what I mean? Like what to do when one's landing or going for an LZ and the other needs to defend, or one's doing recon, the other needs to do a reinsertion. I would like to bring up the idea, if I'm allowed to, if I could host or host a not a
essentially
training.
a FTX for squad for like
yeah. Sorry, that's probably the easiest way to put it. Like an
It's
FTX for that.
It's
Just to
also a
keep our
good idea
pilots
to teach.
refreshed.
Sorry, you go.
Like, keep our pilots like sharpened. Like, I'm not saying make it like an FTX for our pilots who are already qualified, because like I practice an editor like almost every night just to stay on top of things. But like, you can practice an editor all fucking day, but it ain't the same as like when you're in a main op. Like, it helps, of course, but like being able to train with the guys you're going to be flying with and on a server, because there is lag compensation you're going to take in. That would be really useful just to keep our pilots. I'm not saying our pilots are shit, obviously not. But I meant like just to have our pilots.
There's only 3
like,
of you.
I know, that's what I'm saying. But like for example, just be cool to know that what to do in a situation where you have more than one pilot. Like, how can I approach the situation? Also, no one's flying into fucking each other and shit like that.
I agree. We need more pilots, and they should definitely have like their own field trainings to keep them sharp.
And I wouldn't mind hosting it, but that's up to the CXs.
Now that's pretty easy to do, cause like y'all, with the few amount of pilots like that, y'all, it's like pretty much your own fire team. Like, y'all can coordinate that between yourselves.
Yeah, I'd love to do that. Like I said, I mean, that's up to something that maybe you guys could bring up with the CXs when they show up, but I wouldn't mind hosting something like that.
Honestly, do it, because I'm pretty sure Donnie and Papa are going to be like, yeah, do it. Pilot quals would also probably incorporate pilot teamwork, and how to like act with another pilot.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about saying. It sounds like a qual thing. Something that should be incorporated with the training and then just followed up on a regular basis, right?
I agree, because when Blapo gave me the chance to train, like I incorporated some things that wasn't in the training when I went through it, which is one thing which is obviously important is long range. Which I'm not saying long range is difficult, but it's obviously extremely necessary if you're going to be a pilot to know how to use it, how to set it, make sure what radios you're using, how to use it on a lat if you happen to not have one on your back, and blah 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 shit like that. I taught that with some of the guys at like Niner and Coder. I went over that with. But just little things to add, I wouldn't mind getting in on.
Yeah, I definitely like. There needs to be more pilots. Like, there's no like. Quite honestly, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. There needs to be more. We need to have at least 2 for every mission, in my opinion.
Yeah. I'm not saying I want to train like fucking 10, 12 pilots. Like, no, that's like obnoxious. I mean, if we could have at least 5 max like pilots that are like, we can just like let's just have like our own like squadron. Like, you guys like say it's cool to have your own personal fire team.
Yeah.
It's cool to have the pilots get in and like kind of form a kind of get on the same level.
Wobble squadron.
Yeah, squadron.
Have 3 or 4 main pilots, and then like 3 or 4 reserve pilots that are CTs or CPs or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that. I feel like that's something CXs can discuss. I'm not gonna front with you. But is there anything y'all want to talk out with
Anything further? I think we already
yeah.
touched on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, because if there's anything left, anything else someone wants to say?
If nobody has anything, I'll go over my little mod dev shit.
All right.
So, our main bottleneck in the mod right now is the steps in between the textures and getting stuff in game. I have no idea what those steps entail. Six and Jetski know a lot more than me, but I think we really need to get a couple more people
this week and next week. I have
The
Spring
problem
Break
with it-
after I could do a lot more stuff on.
So here's the problem. Took me and Jetski like 4 months of just constantly working and researching, and we've both done this shit in the past. Just to get to where we are, and we're still having trouble. Not like time-wise, but trouble like figuring out how things work.
Yeah, I've
I know.
Armor's coding is like pretty fucking like shitty.
Yeah. He's got finals coming up. I've got a couple tests I'm having to take. Like, we're gonna be able to work on this stuff eventually. But I honestly feel like trying to train people up to that level is a fool's errand.
I'm not saying train, but have people shadow you so they can start picking up how to do it.
One, that would be super distracting. Just throwing that out there right now.
Yeah, probably.
And it
like
might
you're
slow
trying
down.
to figure
The work
that shit
that we
out.
can do will probably be slowed down by trying to just have people shadow us and tell them, answer the questions and stuff.
Alright, well, then my main thing is just I want to widen this bottleneck.
If we can get people, like, assistants to help, like, basically, if I had someone that I could just say, hey, go do this, like, 900 times in the mod, just copy this thing and change the name of it, and, like, in the code. Like, that would be enough to save time. If we have people that know code, like, well enough, and are familiar with at least the stuff that we have, like one or two people is all I'm looking for, then we should be okay. And I can get things done a lot faster.
I think that goes back
Get some people like that.
Yeah, I feel like that goes back to transparency, where if y'all need these roles filled, you gotta announce, you gotta put it out there, not go to people.
I just need one person who's not really good, but knows code. Like, knows that you have to end every line in a fucking semicolon, and like knows that it closes syntax, brackets, and fucking all that stuff. Syntax and semantics. Like, if they know syntax and semantics of code, they're good to go.
Pop an announcement, get some people out, because I'm sure there are people in the unit who can do it.
Yeah, people will talk to you about it, and like you just got to pick that one. Like, you put an announcement out, people, like, a bunch of people are gonna come at you with it, but you just pick one.
Like, I just want you to do anything to widen that bottleneck, because we've been, I know there's shit been like, there's other shit interfering it, but we've been waiting for almost a month, in between the armor being textured and it being
tonight.
like,
I'm going to probably have all of the armor done if I don't sleep again.
Oh, don't kill yourself.
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't kill yourself.
That's why I'm saying get more people to help.
Six, you're still more impressive than the swap dev, so don't worry.
Yeah,
well,
don't worry.
To be honest, I've the unit I was in before this was a World War II one. I did texture configs for some of the smocks we were using because we did different like summer and autumn patterns. And
well,
I did
then that's
config.
actually the thing that I need someone to do right now.
But like I said, I did it once. Like, I did pull it off. I did it by myself, but I will need a lot of information. What I'm saying is I'm
going to tell the person, all right, this is the code, show them the code, and then I say, hey, there's like 900 of these textures, and there needs to be a specific config for each one, and they need to look like this, and you need to do it for every single texture.
Literally,
while I work on important shit.
If you've forgotten everything,
basically,
it doesn't
I do
matter.
the first one, and you do the next 50.
It's gonna be
Copy
tedious,
and
but we need
pasting.
people to do it.
No, because I know like
Copy, pasting, and changing something in the paste.
Yeah, cool.
Shit's
I
easy.
know,
It's
I know
really
the
easy.
basics of it in terms like you have to match the texture with the model that it's being applied on in the code. And the name. It makes sure it
someone
matches
that
with the PAA.
Someone that can compile the mod and test it would also be incredibly useful.
How
Like,
hard
if-
would it be to
if me
compile and
and
test?
Jetski just have raw
Not hard.
files.
I can do it
and-
myself.
Okay, because if me and Jetski have raw files, and if we can just have the raw files on Google Drive and do all of our work there, or at least in our like sync folders, like someone else could hit, compile all of the mods into the mod and then load it up in game and be like, hey, and then we can be like, does the scope zoom in too far? And they'll be like, here's a screenshot. Like that would save like 50% of the time we're spending on making the mod.
I honestly,
We
I
need to find
can
something better than
dual
Google
use
Drive.
the textures for that because once everything's textured, we literally just sit on our asses and wait, and that would save us a crap ton of time and give us a lot of things to.
Well, we need
Okay.
UV mappers too. We need people to UV map the weapons that we already have.
7 and 8. Well, okay, Aegis isn't around anymore.
Because the textures look nice. I love the way the textures work, but they need to be redone with proper UV maps because
They do.
the fact that they're auto UV mapped makes the resolution, even though you put 4K textures on it, it basically makes the resolution 512 by 512
Well,
because none of it's spaced out correctly.
I mean, I've done some pretty good work with shit that's auto UV map, so send me the model and I'll see if I can make it look not shitty. Because honestly, like a proper UV map is only needed for us like 40% of the time.
I'm telling you, all of our weapons need proper UV maps. The texture resolution is absolute garbage, which is no fault of the texturers. It's literally just the UV maps that are doing it.
I need to redo the reflection on the weapons. I'm starting to notice it's a little bit too much.
Well, if that's everything everyone needs to discuss, then I think we should call the staff meeting to the end.
That's all I had.
I think this is successful.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Alright, so are we adjourned then?
We are.
Alright,
All right.
adjourned.
Alright. It is. Alright, going up.